So the second stand was much smaller. I put this one back in a box. That one's just way too big and heavy. Sending it back. This is the one we want. Well, this part of that stand is huge. In the picture, it looked like it was just this square right here. And this is what I'm talking about right here. You can see the top of the stand they show here. Very much smaller than the one I got, but you know, you got to roll with the changes. I'm going to try to spin that positively by saying, yeah, all that extra stuff is holes for me to mount video receivers, etc., etc., etc. in. Can't always get what you want either, so if you try sometimes, you just might find you can make it into what you need. Thank you. And it may have been at one point. And that does these 4 holes right here in the back of the little monitor. The inside holes do line up right here. These 4 holes do line up perfectly with that monitor. Boy, they big old ears sticking out everywhere. Well, I guess that's places to mount things, huh? Let me screw it down on there and see what it looks like. Wow, that's amazing. I've had this monitor at least 2 years, maybe 3. And that's the first time it's been mountable that I could use it. All the fingerprints on it too. And this goes on top of the tripod that comes with it. And therefore I now have it's an 11.5-inch monitor. I call it a 12-inch. It's a very big one. And now all I have to do is convert the input voltage to a battery away from this power supply here, cube power supply. There it is at its lowest level, which is pretty darn low. That'll be real comfortable sitting in a chair, even a very low chair. It'll actually go a little lower if the legs come in just a little bit, and the main rod can go down to the ground. I like it at that. The legs that far apart make it more stable. The height is adjustable, and right there's a little knob you can tighten down and it'll hold it. But there's also holes in it where this pin can go through real quick. That's just a quick way to move it up another level. Now that level is a little higher, probably a little high for a chair, probably a little low for standing, and still a little higher. That's not quite the right height for standing yet, and I think that's definitely too high for sitting, but different people are different sizes. And that's the top hole that you can put the little pin in to quickly fix it to a different height. For me, I'm about 5'7", 5'8", something like that. It's a touch low for direct standing viewing, which I probably won't want to be doing. I'm just thinking about others that are with me flying, etc. They're not actually flying anything. They just want to see what's going on. My eyes are actually better now after the cataract surgery. I don't need stuff like this, I hope. And again, if you use the little knob to tighten tension on the center pole, you can put that thing at any height you want to. It will even go just a hair higher than it is now. And that's about as high as I would put it. That's using the knob there for friction, tightening it down around the pole, and the little pin for quick positioning is in its little holder. The top also has a little up here where the monitor is. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to figure out where my finger was. Up here where the monitor is, it also tilts a little bit. And there's a friction knob on the back side here that's loose right now. And this right here is the pivot point, and this right here gives you a little adjustment. This is made for much larger TVs, and I can use it for much larger TV. If I'm in a club and they want to have an event, we can put a 51-inch TV on this and set it out there for people to use. So there's the permanent solution to taking the little 12-inch monitor to the field. I just have to convert it over to battery power, and that's a simple thing. Oh my, the focusing hood works so well with this. It isn't even funny. I could tighten the hood up a little bit here, but my goodness gracious. That's going to be like sitting inside a dark room. It's going to work so well. I was a little frightened in my mind about being out solo flying and then having this over my head and not seeing who's walking up behind you. Guess it's no different if you got goggles on your eyes, is it? That's a good reason for a visual observer, in my humble opinion. Always take a visual observer, people. They might not be able to see the airplane always, but they'll be able to see you and know you're safe. All right, guys, thanks a lot.